What's good, YouTube? This IQ Domino coming back at y'all with another banger of a video. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all some manipulative tactics that women like to do. Now, a lot of time, women they might do this subconsciously. Some women they are just subconscious manipulators. Other women they are very intentional about how they manipulate you. So just take this with a grain of salt. I understand some of y'all gonna get mad, but the whole point of me giving y'all this video is to be able to move accordingly and understand what the woman is actually doing, so you don't get manipulated anymore. You know, giving you a chance to think several steps ahead. If this video is for you, hey man, congratulations, you about to get a lot of gain today. But if this video ain't for you, man, get the fuck out my face. Next thing, number one, they play dumb. Women like to play dumb so they don't have to take responsibility for what they're actually doing wrong. So let's say you trying to talk to a woman, right? And you trying to like make something happen, and a lot of times you ignore her, and then she'll try to play dumb, like, oh my god, da 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 da. I didn't really mean to do that. I didn't know any better. I didn't know I was ignoring you. I didn't know I was doing that. I didn't know you felt that way. You know, women will act like that in order for them to manipulate you. And once they manipulate you, they basically, just get what they want out of you. That's a lot of times why women play dumb. They try to act like they don't know what they're doing wrong, so you can basically just let it slide. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of the women, they do that. Second thing is, some women like to fucking cry. They'll dead ass cry. They'll start crying. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, bro, I had this woman, bro. I was like, she was cool, she was thick as fuck, but she wasn't that cute. And it's kind of when I figured out that I couldn't really fuck with women who weren't at least cute. Like, you gotta be at least cute or pretty for me to fuck with you. But she was thick as fuck though. So I was like, I just couldn't picture in my mind a reason to like really fuck her. But she was really wanted it. She really wanted. She tried to her knees. Start crying. She was like, yo, I'm like, just come on, like, just let me do something, like, at least let me suck on it or something. And I'm just like, she crying. I'm like, man, okay. And I kind of start feeling bad. But the thing that they're really doing is, women try to make you feel guilty in order to get you to do things for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, women, that's how they do. They basically guilt trip you into doing stuff for them. Like, that's one of the biggest things. I remember I had another woman that was, she was like, she wanted to be my friend. I was like, listen, I would never be a woman's friend. She was like, that's so wrong. Like, why would you not want to be a woman's friend? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, do you box? She was like, no, I don't box. It's like, okay. Do you street race? She was like, no, I don't street race. Do you do poetry? She was like, no, I don't do poetry. You sing? He was like, no, I don't sing. You make music? She was like, I don't make music. And I was like, why would I want to hang out with you? Why would I hang out with you? And I don't, number one, we don't even have things in common, one. And another thing is, I can go hang out with a woman that I know at the end of the night, I'm going to end up fucking with her the way I want to. We're going to be very intimate. And that's what, and plus, she's going to do what I need her to do. And she's going to grow in the direction that I want to grow because she chose me. Why would I choose you over that woman? And she was like, you see, men always want to, they just don't want to, they just have to think about their penis. They have to think about having sex. They have to think about sex. They got to think about this. They got to think about that. I'm a woman of God. If you are a man of God, then this is how you will operate. Hold on. First of all, King Solomon is the wisest man in the Bible, and he was still knocking down women. The only time he stopped knocking them down when he stopped hanging around them. So my whole point is, and when I'm getting that, when he understood how the different types of women they were, and the women, not to really hang around them in that way. So my whole thing was, outside of that, number one, I don't really give a fuck what she thought. Whether you think I'm a, whether you think that I'm a bad person because I don't want to hang out with you and I don't want to be friends with you because I'd rather chill with a woman that I can crack, or not. I'm gonna do what I want to do. But you got to really understand what she was trying to do. She was trying to guilt trip me into being her friend. This is what women do. Women, they do this to get you to do what they want you to do. They cry, they guilt trip you, they do all these things to make you feel guilty, and then, they basically get a little bit of control out of you. That's how they do to control you. The third thing is when women are on their period, they blame their period for their bad behavior. In society, it's kind of normal to look at a woman and say to yourself, bro, she on her period. Let me go ahead and let that slide. That's why a lot of women use that as an excuse. But the truth is that women, they can control themselves even though they're on their period. They just choose to do that, and then they choose to have the excuse of their period that causes them to continuously behave that way. And this is what you have to understand about women, that they are always looking for a way to not take accountability, not take responsibility, while also acting ass. So, for example, like I think, just to give you an example, they had a woman, man, she had a lot of fucking, she had an attitude problem, but at the end of the day, like, I always checked her, so she always got right. But one day she was on a period, and she just started saying wild shit, started saying crazy shit, and basically saying, no, you don't even be acting right. You just do whatever you want. You just think you that, but you not. Da 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 da. It's like, listen, I don't even want to talk to you no more. Like, the way you talking to me, I don't even deal with this. I'm not about to deal with this kind of shit. So, I just basically hung up the phone, and she sent me paragraphs, text messages talking about how, she was wrong and this and that, and she was just on her period, da da da. I was like, I don't care about you on your period or not. You knew what you were doing, and you just chose to do it. Now live with the consequences. You don't have me around. Just accept it. I'm not going to be here. Just accept it. You know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, due time, she ended up sending me a lot more apologies and telling me how she wasn't going to let it happen again. I was like, if it happened again, cut my ties. We're not going to be nothing anymore. That's it. So that's what it was with me. It's like, you got to understand that sometimes women blame their period, because they think that it's a worthy excuse, because society accepts that as a worthy excuse, but it's not. It's just a manipulation tactic that the world accepted as truth. The next thing is, a woman will play like she's weak, or play like the victim, or play as the victim to get you to help her with something. The prime example is the pickle jar, right? A lot of times, bro, like, and keep in mind, some women, they might not be able to open up the pickle jar, but some women, they just give you the pickle jar and they act like they can't handle the pickle jar because they want you to do stuff for them. So when you do it, they like, oh, this is how you know when they doing it just out of the fact of they want to control you. Oh, you did such a good job. You did such a fine job at that. Oh my God, you're so strong, baby. Yeah, like, she's doing that to basically get you to do what she wants you to do. She's trying to control you. You know what I'm saying? And why women do that? A lot of women play the victim just so, oh, I can't move all these things by myself. I can't do that by myself. I can't do this by myself. They pretend to be that way because the truth is they just want you to help them. So a lot of women do things like that. To, basically they manipulate you to get you to do what they want to do. Women will play sad or depressed to get your attention. A lot of times, women do these things because they want you to, the man in us, naturally, especially when, we fuck with a John, or we like her, or, we have a good idea, like, we think, like, she has potential of being something. We have this thing in us where we just naturally want to help that woman. It's the man in us. Men, we naturally like to solve problems. We do. So, a lot of times, women like to play depressed. They like to play sad. They like to play, like, they can't solve their own problems because they want you to play the hero and give them some attention to make them feel better. And you might not necessarily have a complete problem with this, but just know that a lot of times that women, sometimes they do this so they can control you, so they can get the attention out of you. They be seeking attention from you. So it's the same thing as the last one. It's just that she's not necessarily playing weak. She's just using like an emotional thing, like she misses you, this, that, and this, for the sake of getting more attention out of you. Now, sometimes she might actually miss you, But whenever she's playing weak and she's playing like she is in need of these things, she's doing this to get your attention. I just want y'all to know this, and you might not have a problem with it. Some of these things that I'm telling y'all, y'all might not have a problem with some of these things, like a woman crying and da da da. Some guys don't have a problem with that. Some guys don't have a problem believing in it. Like, oh yeah, I know she's probably fucking playing, but I don't care. I'm just gonna do that to show her that I care, which is some weak shit, but to me, but to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving y'all some tactics that women do to manipulate men. Another thing that women like to do is they like to pretend like they like you, or they'll flirt with you a little bit, just so they can get you to act out and get you to do what they want to, just to get you to do what they want you to do. Like, they want to give you the hint of like they like you, so they might flirt with you at a bar. You'll say you at a bar, you talking to this woman and you see her and you might say a little something to her and she's like, oh my God, like, yeah, I think you might be like, damn, you fine as a motherfucker. And she gonna be on some shit like, oh my God, you look so this, that, and you look so great, you're so amazing. Oh my God, look at your pants, look at your shoes. Oh my God, you're so amazing. Oh my God, the sound of your voice is so sexy. She gonna say all this shit, right? And she be like, why don't you buy a girl a drink? Why don't you buy a girl a little free meal? Why don't you buy a girl a burger? Why don't you buy a girl some fries? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's gonna do that because she basically flirting with you to get you to feel good, and so she can basically finesse you. That's how women operate. You know what I'm saying? And it happens fast. So you gotta really just understand that some women, they do this shit just so they can get shit out of you and move accordingly. Like, just understand and don't take it personally either. Just realize that some women, this is how they think. Like, a woman, she'll touch on you, like she'll rub on your back. Like, let's say you talking to the guys. She right here. She might rub on your shoulder, and you might be like, you know what I'm saying? You look at her, you check her out. She might be decent, and she like, yeah, she just starts saying a little something to you. Why don't you buy me a drink before we start talking? Yeah, I think you're cool. Why don't you buy me a drink? You know what I'm saying? Like, she gonna do little shit, like little flirtatious things like that, just to get your attention, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And some women, they flirt with you on the phone. Like, some women, you meet them online, and they'll just flirt with you. They'll flirt with you. They'll be just get on the phone with you for hours. If you're giving away freely, that talk sexual to you, that they might even play with themselves. But it's just like they're doing all that sexual shit just to get free attention out of you. That's it. They're not getting anything extra out of you. They're just doing it to get the attention out of you. And now that's what the reward system is basically designed after, the attention. And this, I'm gonna put this as a bonus for the motherfuckers who got to this point. Leave a like. There's about to be some extra game for sure. You gotta realize that you're setting the conditions of which that woman is around you at all times. Like, let's say you are just having a regular conversation, and you flirting with her, she flirting with you, but you like, hey, let's go ahead and link up, and she ignore you. You gotta realize is, and like, oh, maybe if you show me, women doing that kind of thing like that's a manipulation tactic too. Like, maybe, or I'll think about it. Them saying that kind of shit, it's a tactic to basically give you hope and to keep getting attention from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to keep that in mind too. Women do that kind of shit all the time, where they're basically trying to say you got to earn this shit, which is very manipulative. It's kind of like it's kind of the man thing to do. Women trying to be like man and shit. You know what I'm saying? But they're doing it to basically manipulate you to give you hope and give you the mindset of like, maybe if I just keep talking to her, she'll actually go on a date with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, some women, they like that. So me personally, I just hang up the phone, be like, you know what, hey, next time you ready, link up, call me. You know what I'm saying? Hang up the phone, never talk to her again. Or next time you want to hook up, you want to chill, kick it at the spot, call me. You know what I'm saying? I'll say shit like that and call it a night, man. Because a lot of times, bro, women will waste your time for months. Women will waste your time for fucking months. And then not want to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Women will do that. It's very manipulative of women to do that, but it's normal, so y'all gotta keep this in mind. A lot of women do these things to get this shit out of you. So if you live in those conditions and you willing to be in that condition of like, oh, that hope in the condition, like a woman feeling like she's so much better than you that she can make you hope that you gonna get her, She's trying to manipulate you, brother. So just keep all this shit in mind. And just to get this point across as well, you set the conditions. So if you are in a relationship and you want there to be sex, you want it to be sexual in the relationship, you got to understand that you have to set the conditions for that to happen. What does that look like? What it looks like is you have to be sexual with her and you have to make things happen, and she has to be cooperative with you constantly for that to work, for y'all relationship to work, for everything to go the way you want it to go. She has to continuously be cooperating with you, and she has to constantly be proving that she deserves to be there. Yes, you have to have a system of her proving herself, but that's on the motherfucking Patreon. Y'all want to get that kind of game, man, go on to Patreon to get the real strategic game. But these are things that's going to keep y'all from being manipulated. There's a lot more things to add on, but that's like the gist of it. A lot of it is really mixed together and just looks different ways. But these are ways that women just try to manipulate you just to get time out of you, or to not take accountability, or to act a certain way without actually taking responsibility for it. You feel what I'm saying? So just keep this in mind. That's the game I got for y'all. They want things to do. They want y'all to do shit for them. They want y'all to treat them a certain kind of way. And a lot of times they want this shit without actually earning it. So y'all got the game, man. I want y'all to understand, bro. A lot of y'all got the talent. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all got the gifts. Y'all just don't have the skills. Y'all don't have the knowledge, man. Join the Patreon. Get the skills. Get the knowledge. Get the game. Because once you got it, can't nobody take it away from you, man. Peace.